Cedar Point, America's roller coaster. So this is known for their roller coasters, and so it's just kind of tough to kind of predict or kind of just like kind of speculate what roller coasters they could be getting next after Siren's Curse. But there's technically good options out there that they can possibly get. It's just really tough because technically you don't know what's coming until they announce. But usually the park will not tell you what they're getting next. But whatever they're getting next should still be good. So we'll be talking about the possible coaster types that they could possibly get right after Siren's Curse. Anyway, this is not my video. This is Attraction Magazine's video that I'm just borrowing here. I'm using the clip right now for footage, so just to keep in mind. But anyway, without any further ado, let's get started. So starting things off is a B&M flying coaster. Apparently, if I don't see them being built in parks anymore, or at least that I know of right now, I doubt that this is gonna happen. Although B&M flying coasters are cool, and they feel like you're flying over the park. It's a fun sensation. You feel like you're flying around and stuff. But when it comes with the past of these coasters, I think the last one was built was like Flying Dinosaur in Universal in Japan. But in the US, I really haven't seen them building a new one. I think the last one was this one. The last one was, I think, Tatsu was the last one to be built, or Manta at SeaWorld Orlando. And so I don't see him build any more of these type of coasters. I know it's kind of sad we don't see him build these, but this would be cool though. I would love a flying coaster at Cedar Point, though I don't really see this happen. Next up is an RMC Raptor. Now, this probably will not happen because this ride is a low capacity coaster type, and technically they only have a single file line, so that like only eats up a few people, and that's not going to like speed up their operations, or it will lengthen the line, obviously slow down operations. These are basically a low capacity roller coaster, so it's just a capacity issue for the park. It'll be the 12 cars, sure, if they can go that route, but I don't think that this is gonna happen though. Next up is a B&M Giga. Wait up, hold on. Before you tell me that they have Millennium Force already, I just want to point that somebody made like a concept about a Magnum XL200 replacement regarding on a brand new B&M Giga. Yeah, that would be cool, but I really don't see them go that way. But they could probably. That would also be cool, but because they criticize about Magnum XL200 for being a terrible hypercoaster, and so I could see a replacement of that ride in the future. But technically, I don't see that happen at the moment, but if they were to do so, I think this would be a good way to go. I just don't kind of see this happen, but I don't think they would want to have 2 gigas in one park. They probably prefer to have 1 giga at a time in one park. Plus, it's very expensive to build a giga coaster, so I don't think that they would waste money building one, and they already have one. I don't think that will go that way. Next up is Premier, and they usually do their SLM launch coasters. They don't do LIM coasters anymore. But this would be cool because they can go probably most inversions and the longest launch coaster in America. So that would probably be good. Maybe the world's tallest loop. Maybe they'll break Full Throttle's record. Instead of 160 feet, maybe they can do 170 feet. Or maybe like a hyper vertical loop coaster by Premier. Something like that. And make the fastest one too. Apparently, they don't have room. If you're referring to the Snake River Falls plot of land, I don't think that this will be able to fit. But that would be cool if they get the longest launch coaster and the tallest one. Next up is a B&M Hyper. I don't think they're gonna build 2 hypers. I mean, they do have still Vengeance and Magnum, and those are hyper coasters. And they also have Valraven. But I think it's better off they replace Magnum XL200 with a B&M Hyper. I think that'll be a better Hyper there. Apparently, I don't really see that happen because I don't hear any closure, like announcement or any like information that Magnum will be closing anytime soon. But the next coaster should be sometime in 2027 because they just got Siren's Curse this year. I don't see it next year. But any coaster Cedar Point may get should still be awesome. So it should still be basically good. But Hyper, I don't really see it coming to replace uh, Magnum XL200, but that would just be like darn better, better than the current Magnum. I just don't see it happen though. And last but not least is a GCI Woody. Many people were speculating, were asking, or were spreading rumors about a possible or possibly a GCI Woody to go to Cedar Point. Apparently, I don't think it is possible if they want to. The problem is they like to break records and they want to be like first of its kind. But where the plot of land of Snake River Falls, I think this would fit in really nicely. Eventually, they will build it one day. I think a GCI is good, but I don't really see them build a lot of wooden coasters. Is the problem, but they can still try. And this is the really coaster that I basically want to see them get next because this is a classic and it's just a wooden roller coaster. And I just like the fact that this is pretty cool. I like classics. They're still fun and it's good for the families. Maybe this should be going to Cedar Point next. That's basically it. But there are many coaster types out there that probably would still go to Cedar Point, at least one of those. But there's just so many coaster types out there to choose from. And it's just really hard to predict on which one they'll be getting next. But when you take a look at their lineup of coasters, they absolutely have a good lineup. They have a fantastic lineup here at Cedar Point. And so, yeah, I wish this was my home park, but it's not. But technically, when I went here, I did like Cedar Point. Technically, there's a lot of things to do, and I do love it. There's an ocean front, you can swim there. There's barbecue. There's so many things to do here. But apparently, the one that's missing is another wooden coaster because they only got that one blue streak. So they really should get another GCI. I think that will fit in really nicely where their Snake River Falls one stood. I think that'd be pretty cool. And then what do you think is going to be coming to Cedar Point next after Siren's Curse? Post your comments below and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.